Okay, let's explain everything real quick. These are all sends, effect sends, to send your signal to effects on channel 1 through 4. Okay, these are your bass, either increase or remove. You know, this is to turn up or down your bass right here. This is to turn up or down your treble. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All these returns right here, these are effects returns. I'm using it as effects returns. So normally they would be like an 8-track, plugging an 8-track in the back, and this would be the volume on the 8-track player or whatever. But I have all the effects routed through these on the returns on the effects, routed through here so I can control the volume on it. I have to, of course, have it send over here and then control it over here. And then right here you have the bass and the treble on the effects. I can remove the bass and the treble on the effects. Alright, and then up here I have 6 effects running through the Roland Line Mixer SMX-880. Okay, and those also have pan on each channel as well, so I can pan the returns as well when they come back in. It sounds really nice, it's cool. But I'll show you an example now of all the effects. So this is going to be the DM300 and the SBF 325 right here. Check this out. So it makes a really cool sound. You gotta love that. Alright. So that's always hardwired in, those two, when I just send it alone. Now I can bypass those. Let's bypass them. Okay. So now that's bypassed. And now let's check out this one right here. This is the spring reverb coming from the Boss Reverb Box RX100. And really nice, kind of luscious spring reverb. If I want to take the bass out of it, take a little bit of mud, let's have it a little brighter, I can. Hell, if I want to make it muddier, I can. Crank the treble up a little if I want. But I can do that on all of the effects that are coming in right here on this little strip. Alright. Okay, so this one right here, which says 8 for the 8-track player return, is actually returning the Boss HA5 headphone amp, which has some really cool effects on it. If you guys don't know about that, go watch my video on the Boss HA5. But I'm running the short delay and the overdrive return on this, and I'll play that for you guys so you can get an example on that. Getting a little crunchy in here, isn't it? Now keep in mind, I'm running the high impedance on this already, so it sounds a little crunchy. That's without the high impedance. But I got the bass running on a separate channel, if you can hear that. But I cranked that, right? The 808 sub output I'm running on a separate channel. I cranked that on the high impedance, but then I can boost it a little more even with the overdrive short delay, which creates a really cool sound, man. You gotta love that. Okay, so that's one of them. So this one right here is running to the DSP-1000, which is a really rare unit. And I seen this and I had to pick it up. It just converts a analog signal into a digital signal. They used to sell these back in the day. It's like home stereo type stuff. But it actually sounds really good because it has a cool like short delay on it. I think they would try to get you to, you know, put the short delays and get your sound to be a little wider sounding. That was the whole appeal to them. But so yeah, I like to use that on here and get this really cool short delay, and I'll play that for you guys right now so you can check that out. So that's that short delay right there. You can hear that sounds real nice. Just a nice simple short delay. It only goes up to 100 milliseconds even, so I can only program it anywhere from 0 to 100 milliseconds, but I can pan it left or right and set the milliseconds on each left or right to different rates if you want. Okay, let's turn that down so it adds a cool sound. Alright, let's check out the next one. Now this goes to the VP70, which is a voice processor, and I have it on the 5th harmonizer effect on there. There's a bunch of different effects, and you can use it as just vocals if you want, but I like to use it kind of with this trippy pitch delay kind of sound, or I should pitch shifting sound, I guess I should say. Just trippy noise. Just some more character. Okay, alright, now let's go ahead and check out this master unit running the SMX-880. Let's listen to the first effect coming in on the SMX-880. The first effect coming in on the SMX-880 is going to be the depth 5. And you can see it has a really nice luscious reverb. Digital reverb. It's got a bunch of other effects in it as well, but I can go ahead and pan those to the left or right, which is pretty cool to be able to do that. Alright, let's check out the next one. The next one is also a digital reverb, which is the SRV 2000. Now the last one I played you is a multi-effects processor, the depth 5, but this one is just a digital reverb unit, and I'm running the non-linear reverb right now. And I can do that pan as well. So that's the SRV 2000. So then the next effect I'm running is the, I forget, I got so many sometimes. Alright, the SDE 1000, which was their kind of like economy digital delay. Not the first one, that's the SDE 2000, which I have 2 of those built in here, but this is the 1000 right here. Sorry, just this one. This one right here alone is the 1000, and I have it set to a kind of a medium millisecond right here. It's not super long, not super short, the delay. And then this one right here is the 2000. This is the SDE 2000. Kind of got a longer delay going on. And then here's the other SDE 2000. Since I got 2 of the units in here, I like to set this one to a longer one, or a shorter one. You know, I'll do different ones on each, and maybe I'll pan one to the left, one to the right, have a shorter delay and a longer delay on each. And then finally at the end I have the SDE 2500. And I got just a trippy delay going on that right now. But yeah, that's basically what's running in the SMX-880. And I can pan all that. Each effect I can pan, right? And I can combine. Here, let's do a little combination of delays. You got 2 delays right there. Hell, let's throw in one more. Now we're just delay overdrive. Hey, let's throw an analog echo on that. Man, we're just delayed all over the place. Alright, I'm gonna turn this craziness off. Alright. Whoa. That's a delay right there. So that's the bulk of Rolanda's effects, but there is still a lot more effects, and I'm running those separately through the PJ890, and we will talk about that in another video. This is part 1 of the Rolanda series where we're just going over the mixing control box. So guys, if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Join the channel. We do crazy stuff over here. We're basically vintage hot rodding with this dope Tr-808 color scheme gear. I appreciate you guys checking it out, and we'll see you next time. Keyboard Kingpin, we out.